worry about if you can't sing or you can't dance, you can't remember lines. I got a half a dozen of them here that can't remember lines either, so it's really not that important. But we'd encourage you to be here. Pickering's a wonderful series that we've started. You know, it goes so far back that I even had tuxedos used to fit back. Looking at the bill and looking at the program today, the first Pickerings we did, Pickering is now older than two of my cast members tonight. So it's a tribute to our community and our company that we're able to do it, to the community theater who wants to put it up. And also if you as an audience, you want to come and see something new, something that hasn't been done before. It's awful hard to convince people that they should come and enjoy theater for the sake of theater, not because it's something that Neil Simon's done and you've seen 112 times before. So we thank you for your attendance. We also want to thank our sponsors. Even there's an insert in your program. These are wonderful people who've given us a few dollars to help us keep going. We'd appreciate any help that you can give to them and recognize them as our sponsors. We got a couple of special sponsors we'd like to thank particularly. Dr. Funeral Home was wonderful in their cooperation with us for this show. And we have some band members here today. I understand we did real well today at the competition. Is that right? We got a bunch of ones? Is that right? Yeah. And the band members are here through the gracious grant that we received from Pepperdine Electric, which saw fit to, in effect, afford scholarships that would allow the band people to come and attend this show. We want to give a special thanks to that. Those are the types of things that help keep theater alive, help keep our group alive. I have some special thanks. I want to thank my cast for the hard work they've done over the weeks putting this together. You know, when we get an original show, it's just a typewritten page with nothing more on it than that. The character, the things they put into it are all developed on their own, and I think you're going to be very proud of the work that they've done. I also want to give special thanks to my stage manager, my lovely bride, who's been my right hand for the last 4 weeks. I'm left-handed, so whatever help that's been has been wonderful. But that being said, we're really proud of the show. We want to thank you for coming. And Bob, here's another one for you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's you.
Me? But you?
You're here for the funeral.
Yes. Well, I had no idea you knew it.
You're early.
Choice of seat. And you?
Presiding.
Of course.
Of course, if I wasn't presiding, why would I?
Exactly.
It's going to be terrible.
What is?
The service, it's my first.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine.
You are?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, that's not terribly encouraging.
Well, you've been trained, haven't you?
Well, of course. Master's degree in philosophy and 2 years of seminary and...
Well, then it sounds like you're ready.
Of course, Sunday morning service. Sure, maybe even a communion, but the funeral, burial of the dead, I don't know.
Well, the service is in the prayer book, isn't it?
Well, sure, but I'm supposed to make these people feel good about losing their loved ones.
Funerals make people feel good.
Well, in the sense of resolution and closure, yes. I mean, how old was this guy? 35?
6.
36. Not even middle age.
Well, he was if you figure he'll die at 74.
74?
72? Oh, that's not my strong suit. Say, maybe his middle age was 14.
18.
Whatever. Does it make you feel any better?
should go over my notes again.
Alexis, get out of my seat right this minute.
And a good morning to you too, Gladys.
Forget good morning, you're in my seat.
General admission. I can sit anywhere.
Not fair.
Why not?
Because that's my stuff.
Saving your seat?
Yes.
Well, then that's your seat, not this one. Oh. What?
She said afternoon.
Don't like and grasp that.
More of a greeting. Good afternoon. Nice to see you. Think this will take long? We do still have a reception to attend.
All that in one mumble? Well, she sure gets a lot of mileage out of a mumble.
Good afternoon.
Doris, speak up.
Not-
Please.
Not today, Alexis. Not another scene.
Scene, Gladys. For a scene, you need an audience. You see anyone else here?
Not now, but in a few minutes, they'll be...
Come on, Doris. Let's work at it. Afternoon. One syllable at a time, okay? Doris.
Why are you going through with all this?
Yeah, you should get her off your back.
What?
Nothing, just getting her ready.
Turf. Moon? Noon. Noon. All together now. Bob George, I think she's got it.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Alexis.
Oh, Pete. Now what?
She wants to know if either of us ever wondered who Pete is.
Pete who?
Why do you think? Pete, as in Pete's sake?
No. I can say with certainty that curiosity about the identity of Pete, as in Pete's sake, has never once crossed my mind, nor has it crossed the minds of anyone who has anything resembling a life.
Well, actually, it did cross mine.
Oh, now there's a surprise.
So I looked it up.
Happy, Doris?
Wait till you look it up.
Two schools of thought. It could be a reference to Peter, the disciple, or it could have started in the 1920s when it was for George's sake. The actual name didn't matter. There's some twisted logic with the disciple theory, so I'd go with the 1920s.
Oh, Doris, I should think you'd know better by now.
No better about what? No better about what?
Asking a librarian a question. If by chance they don't know the answer, they will have looked it up the next time you see them. And will it be a simple answer? Well, of course not. 2 schools of thought minimum on any and all subjects. And never get one of them all, particularly Gladys here, started on grammar.
It looks like
Oh, early. Shit. What?
Looks like we're early.
For what?
Funeral?
There's something wrong with early?
I don't think she's saying that.
Well, I hope not. For one thing, get somewhere early and you have your choice of seats.
Not exactly. Only about if we each move over a chair?
We might, if she asks us.
Think afternoon.
Would you move down one?
Much better. Each word carefully and precisely articulated.
For all this good it did me.
So? So what?
So, would you move down one?
One, what?
Chair.
Why?
Claustrophobia.
What?
Claustrophobia. I bet they heard that one 3 blocks away.
Well, he's coming, listening,
Oh, and now we've had our articulation quota for the day. Oh, she said, what, 24 words? That's probably it for the week. Maybe even the month.
She's reminding us that she always has an aisle seat. Anywhere. Movies, plays, concerts.
So look around. There are lots of aisle seats.
Or not next to you.
Oh, wow. Real words again. Another 3 of them.
Oh, lay off it, Alexis.
No, I'm really impressed. In fact, well, you know what I'm thinking?
I wouldn't hazard a guess.
With all this enunciating she's doing, she deserves an aisle seat. Down, Gladys. Well, it's not a big deal. Doris can come around and sit here.
Oh, that's not an aisle seat. I have it. Alexis, you move over into the chair beside me. I'll move into yours, and Doris can sit between us. Oh, come on. Let's give it a try. Come on.
Problem.
What?
My umbrella and purse. They're beside the aisle chair.
Well, here, I'll handle it.
No. I have a better idea. There. Now, I'm beside my stuff. And Gladys has the aisle chair.
I do not. You have the aisle chair.
Isn't that the chair you originally wanted?
Yes, but then it was on the aisle.
And I'm still not. All right, Doris. You move into this chair.
Well, she's in an aisle seat now. No doubt about that.
Well, I've had her to talk to over here.
Back to that, are we?
Then it's pretty hard to talk to you from where she's sitting now.
You know, she'd have a hard time talking to me if she were sitting on my lap. But never mind. I have a solution. Now, how about that talking?
On the aisle again. She's not on the aisle anymore.
Oh, my God! What is this?
Musical chair?
Who said that?
I did. You asked the question and I answered.
Said what?
Musical chairs.
No one said musical chairs. Did either of you hear anyone say anything?
Sorry, I thought I heard something.
Well,
Well, what?
What?
Nothing.
shouldn't you go look?
At what?
The corpse, the remains, the uninhabited body.
Who are you?
I'm your mother. Gladys and Doris are...
No, not you.
You really don't know?
If I knew, I wouldn't ask.
You don't know that your aunt?
Period. Something happened.
Hint, you're in my house.
Church.
Right, a church. The house of... Bingo.
Is
be too sure. You guys don't know everything.
You do?
Of course. Past, present, and future. It's all there in front of me.
We do what?
Sure do look nice. Don't know when I've seen the three of you so dressed up.
Well, how about earlier today?
Oh,
At the wedding?
And a fine wedding it was.
you were there too?
Omnipresent. Doesn't anyone read the Bible any longer?
You spoke to us before the ceremony and after. Harry, what's going on?
Oh no, there's this voice.
Where?
Here.
Like an echo?
Maybe. Let's try. God?
It's not going to work.
Well,
You think I'm some sort of parlor trick?
I don't know what you are.
Your family! Maybe she got this. Maybe we should take our... Gladys, what have you done?
Possession is 9/10 of the law. Besides, you took my seat while I was up paying my respects. Turnabout, fair play.
Terry, get her to move.
Why me?
Look, she won't listen.
Tell me, I'll never listen to anyone.
Oh, I do too listen to people.
What is so funny?
Nothing's funny.
Humans and listening. A lost cause. Don't know why I bothered to give me ears.
I'm listening to you, aren't I?
But we're not saying anything.
Not you, him.
Him who?
Oh, go ahead and tell me.
Oh, they'll think I'm nuts.
And what do they think now?
All right. It's God.
What's God?
Person I'm talking to.
And he's talking to you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, just as long as you don't run for president.
Oh, that's good. I think he's serious.
I think serious too.
Doris does too.
She's mumbling again. Why?
God, Terry, she's upset.
He's making it up. God is not talking to Terry.
Actually, he is.
Well, then why isn't he talking to all of us?
I don't know. God?
I'm not into public speaking.
Mrs. Goodman's not into public speaking.
And we're supposed to believe he just told you that.
Earlier, he said he's not into parlor tricks.
Prove it.
He's not into proving things, I guess.
And he told you that too?
Earlier, I said he's not into parlor tricks.
Oh, and his talking to you isn't a parlor trick.
It's a matter of faith.
God says it's a matter of faith.
Faith? Do you even believe in God?
Well,
Right now, I'd rather not.
I don't think you're going to church very much recently.
well, his mother says he's drifted.
When was the last time you went to church?
Where am I right now?
Oh, before this,
This morning at Jake's wedding.
for a regular service.
Your attendance is rather spotty these days.
You've noticed.
Your mother tells us.
You keep underestimating me. Not a good idea.
How about just telling me what you want?
Long term or right now?
Right now's good.
I want to pay my respects, go home, and get out of these shoes.
I mean, sorry, I gotta
Oh, hell, now what?
She says he's speaking to God again, probably.
I like keeping a close eye on things.
go. Where did you get them anyways?
Doris, please, we know you can do it.
Where did you get them?
What?
The shoes.
Shoe carnival?
Bad idea.
Why?
Cheap shoes never fit right.
And I particularly enjoy these send-offs.
Send-offs?
Funerals.
You enjoy funerals.
Not when my feet hurt.
Go to a lot of them, do you?
Oh, Terry, cut it out.
Cut what out?
Talking to someone who's not here.
But
You don't know the half of it.
I can see
are we?
She wants to know if there's a storm coming through.
You know, there's not a cloud in the sky.
Fuse?
Well, the lights would have gone off, not just dimmed.
He did.
Who did what?
God dimmed the lights.
Right. Hey, is Jake somewhere around here? He does like practical jokes.
He and Bitsy are still at the church. They're doing a whole picture thing.
Picture thing.
What's wrong with that?
Humans are so imprecise. Picture thing, my ass. Lindsay and Jake stayed at the church to have the pictures taken. Isn't that clear?
God again?
He's doing this whole linguistic thing.
Oh, please, linguistic thing.
He's concerned that we're not speaking clearly enough.
I hate when people mumble.
What?
She hates it when people mumble.
He's more concerned about what the words mean, linguistically, that is.
So, is everyone here?
We're expecting a few more.
I thought they were waiting.
I'm sorry, what you said?
Doris?
She said they're still at the wedding.
Oh, yes, the wedding, that's why Reverend Strickland asked me to perform the funeral. I'm Ralph. Ralph Lovejoy, Reverend.
No.
Oh, no, not a one, but I don't believe I've seen any of you, at least not in church. Do you attend services here?
Oh, well, actually, we're not too regular.
Oh, then I'd recommend milk and magnesia are excellent. Those things are way too harsh. Joe,
Everyone's a comedian.
regular?
In church attendance. We're not too regular in church attendance.
Twice a year Christian. Christmas and Easter. I call that regular.
But today's not either, though.
Wedding, funeral.
Although rarely on the same day.
Of course. Any of you why it's so dark in here? Well, those lights are on.
Dimmer?
Definitely.
No, I mean, are the lights on any dimmer?
No, there's no dimmer. Did any of you ladies...
Terry says it's God.
Terry? God?
Tell him.
God dimmed the lights.
Why?
Parlor trick.
We're not winning any points.
I'm not trying to.
Trying to what?
He's talking to God.
And God's talking back?
No, he says so.
Talking back, hell, he started the conversation.
Hell, you mean he approves of that kind of language? You should hear him. Wish I could.
Hear that? God? There are people down here who would like to talk to you.
Talking to him usually isn't a problem. It's his answering. What I wouldn't give to hear him answer.
Find out the specifics.
Pardon? Pardon who?
Specific. What he would do if I answered. I know what he means.
What would you do specifically if he answered you?
What?
God wants to know.
Well, then let him answer me himself.
Don't even go there. Public speaking, remember?
He won't answer you himself.
Why not?
He's not into public speaking.
Public speaking, there's like 5 of us in the room. Ministers, particularly those at all, I speak to millions.
That's their choice.
He's not buying that argument.
Conversations only.
Conversations only.
Okay, so when in God's opinion does a conversation become speech?
Hey, he's getting right snippy.
Well,
He doesn't like your tone.
my tone. All I want is a number. I mean, I'm willing to play by the rules.
Tell him 2.
He says 2.
Okay, I can deal with that. Ladies, would you please excuse us?
Sure. Where are you going?
Nowhere. It's just that since we know that God is actually here in this room, I'd like a chance.
Come on, girls.
No, I want to hear God too.
But if we stay, he won't say anything.
We don't know know for sure that he said anything at all.
You think Terry's making this up?
Well, we are in God's house. I'd like to think he's here too. Hey, here we are, you, me, and God. So what do? Do I tell you something about myself?
Reverend Ralph Lovejoy, born 1967, Syracuse, New York, attended Hawthorne Elementary School, Eisenhower.
He knows who you are.
Okay, so I just start? God, I feel so blessed. So many ministers go their whole career, never once getting a chance like this.
Probably not so fast.
Not so fast.
Not so fast. What does that mean?
He doesn't know what
Yeah.
God...
I can hear him fine. I'm still interested in his end of the bargain.
Well, what?
You still can't hear it?
Is he saying something?
He's still interested in your end of the bargain.
My end of what bargain?
Memory, another human frailty.
I mean, he's still talking.
Editorializing.
Remind him, he said that I would give anything if God would talk to me.
Remember how you said you'd give anything if God would speak to you?
Yeah, I did, but
Find out what anything is specifically.
What do you mean by anything specifically?
well, I don't know. That's just a figure of speech.
Not good enough.
Not good enough.
Well, then what does he want?
He's asking you...
You're just not getting this, are you? You can hear me, the good Reverend can hear you, and I can hear both of you.
So make a suggestion.
His firstborn?
Your firstborn?
Well, I don't have a firstborn.
He will.
You will.
I will. Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, I don't skip
Can't you keep this guy on track?
So in light of that brief glimpse into the future, how about your firstborn?
Oh, I don't know.
Guess that takes care of anything.
I mean, that's pretty Old Testament.
He thinks I didn't write both?
God wonders if...
Oh, never mind. We'll work out the details later.
Wait a minute. God wonders? Doesn't he already know?
He's wandering off topic
Let's
again.
not get into what God knows, all right? He says just go ahead, the two of you can work it out later.
Is he sure?
I'm only repeating what he says.
God, I just want to tell
There
you how
is still
happy
one
I
case
am.
in which he's wrong.
Wait!
Why?
There's still a problem.
What?
Numbers. I count 3.
Counts 3.
3? What?
God.
People. The two of you and me, that's 3.
Damn it!
Let me guess. I'm not going to like this, am I?
Misunderstanding. 2 total.
2 what?
Right now, 2 is the number for the conversation. Right now, it's 2 listeners. You, me, 1 speaker, God, total 3.
And he won.
1 speaker, 1 listener, total 2.
Pretty picky, isn't he?
Hey, remind him it's my show.
It's his show.
Okay, Terry, then I guess you...
So I guess you'll be all right here by yourself then.
I'll be fine with the kind, benevolent God.
That's what you think.
Wise ass.
I know.
Okay, then I'm out of here.
Well, God, first let me say how happy, no wait, how overjoyed I am that you've given me this opportunity. I mean, others speak or they write of their personal moments with you like, well, like Paul, on his way to Damascus. I mean, televangelists say they can really working through them. And I try to feel that you're with me like Mavis Evans. The time she was having that root canal procedure done, she was so nervous that I was able to calm her down. I mean, I sensed you might have been with me, but I didn't really know it. Were you? God? Should I be doing something else? I mean, I can sense.
got here, so if you want to start over, that's fine by me.
Oh my God, you've materialized!
What?
Harry mentioned hearing you, but he never said anything about seeing you.
Who's Harry?
Alexis' son, the guy you've been talking to.
I've been talking to someone?
Yes, some general things, parlor tricks and linguistics and setting up this interview. Oh my God, this interview, I mean, I never thought I'd get a chance like, oh dear.
What?
Oh my God. Isn't that blasphemy? I myself use it as an expression of surprise or amazement, but if it's blasphemy, I will wipe it right out of my vocabulary.
No skin off my nose.
Good. Bigger fish to fry, all that. Tell me, this appearing as a nun, does that mean Catholics have the inside track? I mean, priests and icons and stations of the cross, is that really the way to go?
You're asking me?
Well, yes, of course.
Well, look, I sense some confusion here. My name is Sister Albertine. I'm here for the funeral. Oscar Engelford?
Oh, right.
Wait. Really? Oscar and I were friends.
Sure you were. Met up at one of his many visits to the Catholic Church.
Well, actually it was at a bar. Mabel's Beauty Shop and Chainsaw Repair. Over on Elm.
Good. Bars? Well, of course you would. The hands-on approach. Boy, I like you more and more.
You do?
Oh.
Somehow I'm not picking up on
What?
well, usually there's a connection, eye contact.
Built that with Oscar?
Oh, in spades.
Okay, so you met Oscar at this bar, and there was this eye contact, and then what?
Well, Oscar oftentimes came to me for counseling.
Oh, don't we all? Not really. But we do. Those moments of silent prayer. All humans have those. I mean, that's when we try and place our tiny little lives in the great overall plan, but we'll never really get that, will we? You alone are privy to such knowledge, but since you're here, would you mind sharing a detail or two?
Well, Oscar and I never talked much about the plan.
Oh, well, if I'm not being too nosy, what did you talk about?
His interest in Catholic education.
Well, sure. I can see that. How best to get God's word across to our youth?
Oh, I'm sure that interested him too.
Well, isn't that the main point of Catholic education?
There are other aspects.
Like what?
Discipline.
Yeah, I hear those nuts can be pretty rough.
Sure can. Paddles, spankings.
And you're okay with that?
No, of course.
And Oscar?
Oh, more than okay. You should have seen Oscar. Every once in a while, I whip out this belt. Leather one. White. Big buckle. You should have seen Oscar's eyes. Is there something wrong?
Well, there's not really a good way to say this.
Oh, go ahead, spit it out. You'd be surprised at the stuff people tell me.
Okay. I mean, in many ways, you are not at all what I imagined. I mean, I know the Old Testament stresses all that vengeance is mine stuff. But, I always try to portray how the New Testament pictures you.
The New Testament pictures me.
Oh, not in charcoal or ink or anything. Joe, charcoal a picture.
Oh.
But it does picture you in words. A kind, benevolent God who cut short the life of his only son so as puny humans could experience eternal rest.
Say, what?
Jesus, your only son, crucified.
Say, who the heck do you think I am?
God, of course.
God? What makes you think I'm God?
Well, I had an appointment, see, God was
Well, too bad God had to cut that short, huh?
What?
The flood down, he didn't tell you?
Nobody's telling me anything.
Well, apparently there was a flood down in Peru and he had to be there. Hi, I'm Terry, and you are...
Not God.
Well, of course you're not. You're a nun. At least you're dressed like one. Who thinks you're God?
The Father here.
That appointment that you had set up?
I never said anything about God showing up here in person.
Well, she did.
What makes you think she's God?
I was talking to God. She appeared. What am I supposed to think?
Not that she was God.
Because he's down in Peru?
First of all, because he's a he.
Yeah, and whose word do we have for that?
Okay, fine, because he's down in Peru.
Uh-huh.
Hey, well, that's where he told me he was going.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh, yeah, and frankly, I'm surprised you can't hear him. It's not like he sneaks up on me, taps me on the shoulder, and whispers in my ear, "There's this big, booming voice!"
Let me check that out. Sister, do you hear any big, booming voice? Oh, gee, I guess we were just so involved in our conversation that even God couldn't get our attention.
Hi, I'm Terry Saunders.
A friend of Oscar's.
Yeah, she and Oscar hang.
Well, used to hang. Which is why I'm here, for the funeral. It should get started soon, shouldn't it?
We're waiting for a few more people to arrive from the church.
Church? Well, isn't this the church?
Well, no, this is just the chapel. There's also the sanctuary, that's for the weddings.
Wedding?
My brother Jake and his fiancée, well, wife now. All in all, a big day for the Englethorpes. Wedding, funeral. Gotta know what we'll be doing tonight.
Probably not a bar mitzvah. Joke!
Are you okay?
Heavens, yes. There wouldn't have to be a restroom around here, would there?
Yeah, right through there. Women's to the right and men's to the left.
Thank you.
Wow. That was odd.
What?
Sister Albertine leaving like 12. Pretty much everything about her.
Who is that?
Friend of Oscar's,
Here for the funeral?
apparently.
So, how did the conference go?
Which one?
With God, of course.
Oh, well, you better ask Terry about that.
Well,
He couldn't make it. Apparently there was a flood down in Peru and he had to be there.
you told the Reverend that? So they did talk.
Actually, he told Terry that he had to go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bet is it's probably not even up to one.
Oh, so you think I made the whole thing up?
Well, there's a man of God right here in the room, and you claim that he's talking to you. I don't know.
So I am making the whole thing up.
Oh, Terry doesn't lie.
Let me go do some research.
On what?
Flood, Peru. If there was a flood in Peru, there's no way I could have known about it. Computer in your office?
Yes.
I'll be back soon.
I'm sorry.
What?
God, he's letting you down.
God never lets anyone down.
About conversation, he's not talking to you.
Well, can't say I wasn't warned. I mean, he does move in mysterious ways.
Still, it doesn't seem fair. Well, that he would talk to Terry and not to you.
Are we sure he's really talking to Terry?
Terry said so, and the light
stay receptive.
I know, all that reading. I never had a pastor be a regular to the library before.
I'm not spending too much time there, am I?
Of course not. Oh, well, regulars can't spend too much time there.
Good, I wouldn't want to wear out my welcome.
No chance of that. Oh, by the way, I've been meaning to call you.
Oh?
Yes, that book you ordered, Islam's Place in a Christian World, did come in.
Oh, great. I'll pick that up Monday then.
Oh, better make it Tuesday. We got 2 orders in, and it will take me all day Monday to get them entered and on the shelves. Oh, especially if Miss Burroughs brings her 2nd grade class. Monday afternoon is their regular library time. Do you know what it's like to have 32 7-year-olds come into the library at one time? Do you?
Whatever.
Well, they swarm, and at least half of them head right for the children's section, and don't let there be only 1 or 2 Harry Potter books that's thought for World War III. Do you know that children come to blows over those books? Do you? Let me tell you they do. And no one goes to the bathroom if he can get his hands on Harry Potter. One little girl tried, and you know what happened? 5 other kids blocked the door and made her put the book down on the table before she went in. You think that would be the end of it, wouldn't you?
Sure.
Well, it wasn't. When she came out, she took that book away from the little boy who had it and hit him over the head with it.
That's a bad thing to be happening in the library.
Honestly, if that woman's books get any longer, they'll have to be registered, and kids will have to have a permit to buy them or check them out of the library.
Like it's done?
Of course, that wouldn't be so bad. Maybe then kids would look at other books.
Speaking of books, I'd really like to take a look at that one I ordered before I start my sermon.
Your sermon?
Yes, sir. Reverend Strickland's letting me do the 11 o'clock service Sunday, and Islam is hot, so we Westerners need to kind of get a grip on how most people think.
Well, if you pick the book up early Tuesday, I'll have it the rest of the week.
Not really. See, Tuesday is hospital day, and Wednesday is choir practice and youth activities, and then Saturday is the bazaar, so I'll be setting up for that on Thursday and Friday.
Heavens, what a schedule. You're an Felton librarian, that according to market on stress.
It's a pretty busy week, and some are tighter than others. Like this week's tighter than a freshman at a cake party.
Pardon?
Like busy, tight, and doing dreams.
Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry I didn't get it right off.
Yeah, well, my humor's kind of iffy anyway. I mean, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but I keep trying.
Oh, I don't think you're trying at all.
Yes, I am.
Joe, trying as in making an effort, trying as being annoying.
Oh, yeah, I missed that one right over my head.
Well, I probably didn't say it as well as you could.
I think you're doing fine. So, about books. I suppose they have to be entered in the computer before they're checked out?
That's the rule.
I don't suppose you think that rules are made to be broken.
Of course not, Reverend Lovejoy, and I hope you don't either.
Well, sometimes situational ethics has a place.
Really?
Well, for instance, if I had a parishioner who came to church every Sunday, was on a lot of committees, sang in the choir, I might be tempted to bend a rule or two for him.
You would? Well, I don't think a man
Well,
would.
I'm not saying that I would tell him to go out and have an affair or kill somebody, but if he wanted to borrow a hymnal, pretty sure I'd let him.
Which means I should let you check out that book before I enter it in the computer.
Think of how often I'm in that library.
You are there a lot.
I might be there even more now that I know I'm not wearing out my welcome. I mean, you did say I wasn't, didn't you?
Yes.
I could return the book on Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday hospital day?
Well, I could drop it off before I went to the hospital. Heck, if I got it early on Monday, I might be able to drop it off that tonight.
Geez, I don't know. It kind of goes against the grain to break a rule. Regardless of the situation.
thou shalt not?
Well, maybe the tablets weren't large enough.
Do you really think that even with larger tablets, the 11th commandment would have been, thou shalt not lend out a library book before it is entered into the computer?
Probably not.
This is my first sermon. It's got to be good.
I understand that.
Besides, I mean, I thought we were becoming friends.
We are.
Well, then,
Remember, Lovejoy.
tell me, Ralph, please.
Okay, Ralph. But if I do what you want, will you respect me in the morning?
I'll always respect you, Gladys, no matter what you do.
No.
Why not?
There are consequences.
Like?
Well, suppose I let you have that book before I've entered it in the computer. Someone asks about it, so you hand it over, and he opens it up and he...
Oh, wait a minute. He?
Well, it could be a she, but we're really not into Islam. Those veils, second-class citizenship.
Right.
He opens it up. There's no inside pocket, so he figures it's your book and asks to borrow it. What do you say? Lie and tell him it's your book? Admit the truth. And if you do that, then he'll know that we have this deal going on. He'll want in on it. Next thing you know, he'll tell a friend. And pretty soon, books will be out all over the place. And I won't know where they are because they won't be entered in the computer. And then the city council will get involved because someone will come in and want a particular book and it won't be there. So they'll go tell the city council and the city council will send a committee over to find out what's going on. And they'll come over and the shelves will be bare and they'll close the library. And I don't want that. I'm too old for a second career.
Do you really think all of that's going to happen?
What could?
I wouldn't want that. Sorry I asked.
Oh, don't be. It's always good when starting new friendships to set boundaries.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Setting boundaries?
Well, I was thinking about the other part.
Making new friendships.
Yes, so we are, aren't we?
I'd like to think so.
You know, I've been thinking, if I get to the library really early Monday morning, I could probably have that book logged in before the library even opens.
You do that?
Yes. Yes, that I would do.
That's wonderful. I'm glad we were able to come to some sort of
There,
arrangement.
there you go. Flood, eastern part of Peru. Oh, it's not a tsunami or anything, but it's pretty bad. And, am I interrupting something?
Of course not! Who could possibly be?
Aunt Gladys.
Oh, well, we were
Wait a minute! There's really a flood in Peru?
oh, those poor people.
Oh, sure, like, so I assume we're taking the word of God now?
ABCnews.com, actually. Granted, the anchors might think they're God, but,
Did you say Peru?
mhm.
Oh, my God.
He probably won't talk to you either, Gladys.
Oh, Agnes Snyder.
Who?
What about Agnes?
She's down there with Doctors Without Borders. I hope she's okay.
Right. Now,
Oh,
sometimes
she
people...
left a number. I'll call.
Lines are probably down.
Well, it never hurts to try.
Hey, Glad, where's she off to?
Oh, checking on a friend.
There's a flood down in Peru.
The connection between those two really doesn't...
It's you.
What's me?
Your God. Come on, Jake, admit it. This is another one of your practical jokes.
What is?
All right, where's the microphone? Come on. And the speaker, it's in the attic, right? It's here somewhere. Come on.
No speaker, there's no microphone. There's no attic. What's going on?
Well, apparently, Harry's been talking to God.
But apparently he hasn't really, has he?
I don't know what you're talking
We're
about.
talking about your latest practical joke, Jake.
Harry, my wedding day. I don't have time for practical jokes.
Well, graduation didn't stop you from dismantling the dean's car, now did it?
No, man, the look on her face.
Yeah. Kind of like the look on my face right now.
Lay off him, Terry.
What?
I didn't say anything.
Neither did I. It's not a practical joke. It's really me, God, talking to you, Terry.
Why?
Why? Because I like you. M-O-U-S-E.
You can take this seriously.
I always take this seriously when I'm falsely accused.
I think I understand what's going on.
Oh, what?
You're talking to God, right, Terry?
Yeah.
And this is your, what, fourth conversation?
Third.
But who's counting?
Oh, I cool it.
No.
God, apparently.
God's upset. I'm annoyed.
Well, you're really itching for me to cause trouble, aren't you? Okay? What'll it be? 40 days of rain? A plague of locusts?
Any chance we could forget about God for a moment and get this thing started?
He always is rude when he visits people's houses.
Don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
What? God, do you think he'd mind if we got started?
There's not many people here.
Well, most of them said they'd be going straight to the reception after the wedding.
Including Bitsy.
Good one.
Stop it!
God?
That'd be my guess.
Well, actually, Bitsy's bringing the car around to this entrance. We're leaving in it for the honeymoon and want to keep it hidden, trying to avoid signs, old shoes, that sort of thing.
So, juvenile.
Oh, well, excuse us. We haven't had a couple of eons to mature.
Apparently this is how it goes.
What was that?
Oh, my God.
Yes?
Can he hear you?
There's a car in my fish pond!
Of course not.
Then why answer him? That's Bitsy's car. Come on. Maybe I should...
Relax, she's fine.
Would you cut it out?
What else?
Talking to me.
You really want me to?
Yes.
Right. Your wish, my desire.
God?
Not exactly firm in your decisions, are you?
Why?
Well, that's obvious. You just tell me.
All right, forget it.
All right.
Just one little question.
Shoot.
Why me?
Drew your name.
What?
I have all the names in the bag. Every so often I draw one and go visit.
You have everyone's name in a bag.
It's a big bag.
How come I've never heard of this before?
Only one of me. Lots of you. Oh, back in the days of multiple gods, we used to
Are
come
you
around a lot
sure
more
you don't want to
frequently.
do a change?
No, I just want to get this over with.
It wouldn't take that long.
Yes, it would. My dress is at the hotel.
Well, I can drive you.
This may come as a surprise to you, but I have no desire to show up at my reception trailing goldfish and pond scum, change my clothes, and come back here for some memorial service.
It wouldn't be that bad.
Oh,
Well, for one thing, I think most of the fish fell out of the pond. How many were in it, Reverend?
Lovejoy. Probably less than a dozen.
Well, 7 fell out of the pond, and I doubt the rest got caught in your skirt.
I just want to get this over with. We get started, please.
I'll go round up the rest of the family.
And don't forget the nun.
None.
She's here for the funeral.
Uncle Oscar, none.
Apparently, yeah.
I'll go find her and Mom, and we can get this thing started.
Well, perhaps you two would like some time to say
Oh,
goodbye.
yeah, that would be
No, I just want to get this over with. I want to go to the hotel, where once I change my clothes, I can enjoy my wedding reception. Is that too much to ask?
Of course not. It's just that...
And the sooner we get started with this, the sooner the other things will happen.
We really can't get started with this till everyone comes back.
He's right, so why don't we just take a few minutes?
Jake, sweetheart, I never met your uncle when he was alive. So what makes you think now?
I'm just going to go help round up the rest of the family, see if I can speed this up anymore. Oh, my.
You're right, Jake. It's selfish of me to...
Oh, what?
You,
No. You, please.
I'm being selfish. We're married now. I need to start thinking of your needs before my own. And right now, you want to spend a few minutes with your uncle, so that's what we'll do.
I think it'd be much better if we waited for everyone outside and just...
Nonsense. Sometimes I am
But the thing is, something's gone horribly wrong.
Is this another practical joke?
What?
Your uncle's wearing a dress.
No. That's what's gone wrong.
So he's not supposed to be in a dress.
Well, actually, he is. It's just the wrong dress.
Excuse me?
Uncle Oscar was a female impersonator of sorts. He did a really super Marilyn Monroe, so everyone knew he wanted to be buried in that white dress, the one that billows out over the subway, a 7-year itch, I think. But this plaid skirt and blazers is so out of left field.
And that's what's bothering you? That he's in the wrong dress?
Well, I think that when people leave specifics for a funeral, their wishes should be carried out.
Time out.
Oh, for what?
I want to make sure I'm grasping the situation correctly. It's okay your uncle's being buried in a dress.
Yes,
The problem is, it's the wrong dress.
right.
Was Oscar gay?
Well, what makes you think that?
Oh, maybe because he's being buried in a dress.
Not all female impersonators are gay.
Was he?
Well, yes.
Oh, my word.
What?
Homosexuality is genetic.
No.
So, we're going to have children. One of them could be gay.
I'm not seeing a problem.
I want our children to be normal.
Uncle Oscar was normal.
Uncle Oscar is lying in the coffin wearing a dress. That's not normal.
He's also dead. Alive, he was perfectly normal.
No one who chooses that lifestyle is normal.
Chooses?
Ostracized from society, living in fear of AIDS.
Chooses?
Oh my word.
Oh, now what?
He didn't die of AIDS, did he?
Of course not.
Then how did he die?
We really don't like to talk about it.
Oh, Jake, I thought we're not even honest with each other.
Oh, what makes you think that?
A queer relative dead from the gay plague doesn't even warrant a mention?
He's not a queer relative. He's Uncle Oscar. He didn't die from a gay plague.
Right. He just died after a long illness. So for these days.
It may be, but he didn't linger.
So what happened? Jake, I'm your wife. I need to know. You just don't want to talk about it.
It was during his act. He had just done the perfect Liza Minnelli. The crowd went wild, cheering, throwing things on stage. Unfortunately, one of those things was a banana peel. The thrower later meant to explain that he wanted to throw the entire banana, but he,
Wait a minute. The audience was throwing fruit?
well, not all of it. There's this group up by the bar who sit there and they
Throw fruit.
kind of a take on sweet for the sweet, fruit for the... You get it?
Oh yeah, I get it.
Anyway, the kitchen had been kind of slow that evening, and so the person with the banana got hungry. When it came time to throw, all he had left was the peel.
And he threw it at Oscar.
Oh, not specifically. There was this encore, real Bob Fosse-ish. Anyway, this took him way downstage, and there it was, the peel. He just
you God.
All right, so the whole Peruvian flood's all under control? Red Cross is there. George Bush, Bill Clinton.
FEMA?
No.
Thank heavens, he seems to think it's in good shape.
What's going on?
Harry claims he's been talking to God.
Are you?
He started.
Just have to be the center of attention, don't we?
What?
Here it is, my wedding day, and you're conversing with some deity.
It's not my idea.
Like it's really happening anyway.
And it's not my fault he's not talking to you.
Well, you have to admit, Terry, that Ralph is the, well, Reverend Lovejoy, is the most logical person God would speak to.
And Gladys, you have to admit that nothing that's going on here has anything to do with logic.
Amen.
I thought we were supposed to say that.
Say what?
God just said, amen.
It's a simple expression of agreement.
Jake, can we talk?
Problem?
Wait a minute. I need to understand something.
Oh,
Why do you never spend any time with your family?
it's a long drive from college to here.
Well,
It is.
but that's not why we never visited.
It's not.
You have an uncle laid to rest in a girl who looks like you. Your brother claims he's talking to God,
Hey, that's news to me. I'm as surprised as you are.
but not about Uncle Oscar.
I already told you that was a surprise. He's supposed to be in his Maryland Monroe subway outfit.
Are you deliberately misunderstanding?
Come on, everyone, let's get this show on the road. We have a reception to attend.
In a minute, Jake and I
No, you can deal with whatever it is later.
I ain't fucking tired of being around this place.
She thinks it's great that Missy's taking a stand.
Up to everyone.
Better do it, because there's no point in fighting on. Are we ready? Dearly beloved, we are gathered here in the sight of God.
Hey!
What? What are you doing? Starting the service.
Dearly beloved? Is this the way?
Oh! Oh, I'm sorry. There was a little confusion as to who was going to do which service. You don't really care. I am the resurrection and the life, saith the Lord. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. So, before we close, does anyone have any memories they'd like to share of Oscar?
Great uncle.
Your mother's uncle?
No brother.
Oh, well, then he was just your uncle. He wasn't great.
He really was. Remember that time at the,
No, joke. Great, not great, as in family position. I would never make a judgment call like that, especially... anyway, you were saying, Jim.
Great uncle.
How can you say that?
He won picnics, came to every one of my football games.
the time at the zoo.
Heck, what was he anyways, warden?
That you think nobody'd ever climbed into the monkey cage before.
So territorial. About bananas of all things. You know, just when you think of
And now he's lying there, dead, resting.
Well, which brings up something I'd like to talk about.
Yeah.
Where's the Maryland dress?
She doesn't want to go there.
What?
Everyone knew that Oscar wanted to be buried in his Marilyn Monroe dress.
Change the subject.
Why?
Why what?
God.
Again?
Still.
Because I say so.
To what?
Anything,
Birthdays.
whatever.
What about birthdays?
Uncle Oscar would be in charge. Jake, you remember your 8th birthday?
The year I had mumps?
Oh, it's okay, the 9th then.
Oh, the picnic.
At the amusement park.
When it rained.
Didn't they have to close down the rides after the roller coaster was hit by lightning?
Well, no one died.
Surely the baseline requirement for a good birthday.
It was still a good plan, Mother.
Maybe, but if everyone has such great memories of him, why didn't we follow through on how he wanted to be buried?
She won't like the answer.
Does anyone have the answer?
That's what I'm asking.
Actually, yes, someone does have the answer.
Who?
Excuse me.
And now I step aside. Well, perhaps I'd probably better tell you
Oh,
about...
my God!
Don't say, oh my God.
Good. From here on, I'm merely observing.
Got a promise?
Your uncle, brother, and I met a few months ago. It was love at first sight for the both of us.
What is that man saying? Hush!
What part of hush doesn't she understand?
Please, Bitsy,
Please, see what? Hush? Never once in the 4 years we've been together have you hushed me. Now hush?
For heaven's sakes, Jake, shut her up!
I'm pretty sure about this case.
What's she carrying on about?
She says she's very inspired by Bitsy taking a stand.
Bitsy, please,
You show me where in those marriage vows it says I looked a bit too hush.
Bitsy, sweetheart, love of my life. Would we at least listen to what the man has to say? Please, go on. I sensed that Oscar had grown tired of the Hollywood scene. His performances were becoming flat. Marilyn, Liza, they were all so superficial, so 70s. I had recently returned from the church. I was able to guide Oscar through his doubts. We returned to the church.
Which church?
Which church do you think demands a nun?
I don't know where Oscar meeting happened though.
Oscar was never Catholic.
Episcopalians, close enough.
The Pope agrees?
Oh, politics. Don't get me started on that.
Oh, I won't, but I will remind you that now you're just listening.
As are we all. Please, go on. Sister.
Whatever.
Far be it from me to speak for everyone.
Well, on this here,
What?
Perhaps we better not go there, Dora.
Then, as I was saying, well, we never saw signs of an interest in religion.
well, you know, you can find this on showing around you.
Well, you know what she's like.
She?
Yes, Oscar was worried that his newfound spirituality might concern you. It needn't have. Although I had just returned to the church, Oscar was far more interested in other aspects, like parochial education, hence the change in shroud.
I don't get it.
None. Schoolgirl outfit. Parochial education.
Paddles, spankings.
See, I'm going to be sick.
Alas, our love was not to be, at least not in any permanent sense. Fate intervened. Oscar had decided to give up the impersonating scene. And in fact, his last performance was to have been his last performance.
Which, as things turned out, it was.
Sadly, a much more permanent last than the last that we had expected.
Well, if you do what else, well done.
Is she saying something?
Oh, she'd like to know what he was planning on doing after.
Teach, perhaps. Oscar was ready to embrace life in so many ways.
I'm going to be sick.
I better follow her.
Was it something that I said, or?
Betsy's got issues.
Oh, issues, missues. She sure knows how to put a damper on a funeral. One more reception, or moving the reception a ladies' room now?
Is she saying something?
But she'd like to know if we're moving the reception to the ladies' room.
Why would anybody be doing that?
Had her big inventory went.
She's pretty sure that's where Jake and Betsy went.
And she thinks they're going to stay there forever?
I am very active there.
She can think of one reason why that would be a good idea.
And what would that be?
I don't have to talk to her anymore.
They wouldn't have to talk to you and listen to you anymore.
She said, what?
She said, if Jake and Betsy stay in the restroom, they wouldn't have to talk to or listen to you anymore.
Really?
Really?
Come on, Doris. What do you say? Surely you can articulate that all by yourself. You need some coaching?
They wouldn't have to listen to you.
And that's a good idea.
The best.
What about it, Gladys? Do you agree with that?
Yes, Fred. That's great.
Harry, Jake, you buy into this? I'm a pushy, overbearing broad that's avoided by hanging out in whatever toilet stall is handy.
Careful.
Kid gloves.
What does kid gloves have to do with anything? God! Oh, he wears kid gloves?
Is talking to Terry.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. There are some people, Alexis, that listen to and believe others.
I, of course, would never belong to such a category.
Oh, there's better categories for you to fit in.
Oh, I'm gonna let you win.
Doesn't matter now. In which you fit.
Oh, sister, you really want to get into this?
Oh, bring it on.
You have no idea what it's like to be the oldest.
Well, you get to boss us
Oh,
around.
but with that comes responsibility. Mom and Dad go out. Oh, who's left in charge?
Of the television? Of the refrigerator? Of what chores to do? That's a tough life.
Homework, my
Oh,
God!
don't say my God. You'll think you're starting a conversation.
And get involved with this? Not in your life.
See?
Cut it out, Terry.
And she's still bossing us around.
You want to take over? Sure. Okay. How are we going to get to the reception?
Well, you said you were going to take your
Going
car.
to what? Drive? Drive what? The car that's parked in the fish pond?
Well, then we can take
Oh, and speaking of the car in the fish pond, exactly how do you plan on getting it out?
Butch, your friend
What?
Butch, your friend Butch has a tow truck and a garage. He can come in, pull it out.
Cruise, second honeymoon, plan B. What?
She says she doesn't have a plan B.
Oh, why am I not surprised? So, Doris, what do you think? Should I go back to being in charge?
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea either. I don't like her very much. She's been walking us around doing all this shit. What's today?
She says that would be a good idea. And she's really sorry. And you do such a good job as the oldest that she doesn't know how she could ever have thought of something else. Oh, no, nothing else.
No, I didn't think so. Come on, guys. Let's go. We can take my car.
picture the bride. Bitsy?
Yes.
I can just picture Bitsy's expression when I showed up. Thanks, but no thanks. I came and paid my respects, and I've explained what Oscar wanted explaining. Beth, I'm out of here.
Oh, was I right about that one?
What one?
The service.
What about it?
It was a disaster, a complete disaster.
How can you say that?
Well, a man masquerading as a nun shows up, he turns out to be Oscar's latest lover. I mean, what would you call that?
Well, unexpected, but certainly not a disaster. Besides, even if it was, it wasn't your fault.
Yes, it was.
How?
Because I was talking with her, earlier,
And
well, he's the only nun I ever met that had a mustache.
that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Right.
Seriously, women are becoming priests. Why shouldn't there be men who want to become nuns?
No, we're going to talk it out now.
With all those people waiting,
The reception can't start until we're there. We are the guests of honor. We can talk it out in here. Surely everyone's gone now.
what is so important it can't wait till after the reception?
I can't do it, Jake.
You can't do what?
Be married to you
You already are.
for less than an hour.
Marriage isn't a sales contract. There's no grace period where you can get out of it.
We haven't even had sex yet. The marriage could be annulled.
We've lived together for 2 years.
That's premarital sex. It doesn't count.
I'm pretty sure it does. But never mind. Let's talk about the problem, whatever it is.
It's your gay uncle.
Ah, my dead gay uncle.
You have another one? Oh, Jake, there's so much of it for me.
In the 2 years we've lived together, we've never talked.
Well, apparently some important things never came up.
My God, you know I'm fiscally conservative, socially liberal. Have a job, save my money. I want kids. I hate reality TV. Though I do love Law and Order. But Dick Wolf might be pushing it if he has any more shows. What else is there?
2 gay uncles?
2.
Oscar and the one that just came up.
There's only Oscar.
Then why did you...
Fifty, dead gay uncle isn't that important.
Aha! Now there's the problem.
Where?
The fact that you don't see it as important.
Fifty, Oscar's sex life was his sex life. Just like everyone else's is.
So anything's okay as long as it's behind closed doors.
Pretty much, yes.
There's no morality, no right and wrong.
No one's getting hurt.
And would it have been okay if Uncle Oscar's perverted interest had been in little boys?
Of course not. What makes you think that?
Gay! Involved with a nun who's actually a man.
Have you always been this narrow-minded?
Have you always been this submissive?
Socially liberal. What do you think it means?
Not totally without moral fiber?
Oh my God, maybe we shouldn't be married.
Excuse me.
What?
Reverend Walter.
Eavesdropping?
No, in here. You out there, in here. You in here, me, trapped. Sorry.
You heard everything?
Well, I tried not to listen, but yes, every word.
Conduct's most unbecoming.
No.
Now what?
Well, we could report him to, who do we report you to?
The diocese. But, before you do that, would you listen? Just a minute.
Let's see.
Oh, go ahead.
This thing you're thinking about, the annulment, such a major step.
Marriage is a major step.
Of course, but how long did you think about that?
Well, 4 years, 5.
Close to.
And you thought about this annulment for what, 4 seconds?
5.
Things are different.
Well, what thing? changed.
I know she's a bigot.
And I know he lied.
I never lied about anything.
Well, if that were true, I would have known about Uncle Oscar before today.
You could have asked.
Say, Jake, darling, have you any perverted relatives I should know about?
Yeah, I'm sure none of your family indulges in any questionable behavior.
Oh, oh.
What?
You admit your uncle's behavior is questionable.
I'm not admitting anything.
Okay, wait. Are you two marrying each other or your families? You're not going to answer?
Each other.
And where are you going to be living?
Just has a really nice job offer, please.
And are any family members moving there with you?
Well, no, but she's still a bigot.
Has she ever treated anyone badly because of that person's race,
Well, no.
their age,
No.
their size, or sexual behavior?
She thinks Uncle Oscar's a pervert.
Yeah, but does she treat him badly?
He's dead.
50. If Uncle Oscar were alive, how would you treat him?
Would you be wearing a girl's school uniform?
Of course not.
Marilyn Monroe's white dress?
Only if he was performing.
So we'd be like dressed normally.
Yes.
No problem there.
How will you bigot?
I don't know.
Well, why don't you give the marriage a week and then reevaluate?
A week.
7 days.
As to what? 5 years?
Ready for a reception?
After you.
Oh, wait, Gladys. Wow! Wow, what?
Oh, you did that so well.
What?
Well, you got them back together. There they were, two newlyweds, ready to call it quits. And you were masterful.
Well, you will talk.
And they listened, and now they're on the road to happiness.
Well, gee, I guess I did make a difference.
You sure did. Now how do you feel about being a man of God?
Better. But I feel like some kind of a sign.
If getting back together isn't a sign,
Well, it's not quite the same as walking on a road somewhere and being spoken to.
maybe they don't do that anymore.
Well, Terry gets spoken to.
He doesn't help people get on with their lives.
I guess you're right.
Come on, let's go to the reception, and we'll witness the fruits of your labor.
You go ahead.
Oh, I want you to come with me.
I'll be right along, I promise. Well, Oscar, I guess that didn't go too badly, and rest in peace.
Ralph.
There's somebody here. Where are you?
Ralph, concentrate.
God, is that you?